Welcome back to World Decoder, where we unravel the complex mysteries hiding behind the headlines of our rapidly changing modern world. High above the smoke and chaos of the battlefield, a silent revolution is taking place, changing the very nature of warfare. These small, inexpensive flying machines have completely revolutionized modern combat, turning simple consumer technology into precise and deadly guided military weapons. For decades, precision strikes required missiles costing millions, but now, a $500 drone can achieve nearly the same result. With the agility of a bird and the impact of a mortar shell, these suicide drones are the new predators of the sky. Operators sit safely kilometers away, guiding their mechanical birds into enemy lines with surgical precision, completely detached from the physical danger. But as these swarms fill the skies, a new counterforce has emerged to challenge their dominance. Invisible, yet incredibly powerful. This is the world of electronic warfare, or EW, the invisible shield designed to stop the drone threat before it strikes. You may have seen soldiers pointing strange, rifle-like devices at the sky, but these weapons do not fire bullets or lasers. Instead of physical projectiles, they shoot concentrated beams of radio interference, designed to sever the invisible link between drone and pilot. When hit by this invisible wall of noise, the drone loses its command signal, effectively blinding the operator instantly. For the pilot, the screen goes black or static, leaving them helpless as their expensive weapon becomes a useless piece of plastic. Most consumer drones are programmed to hover or land gently when they lose connection, making them easy targets for capture. This technique is known as jamming, simply flooding the airwaves with noise so loud that the drone cannot hear its master. Jamming is effective, but it is a blunt instrument, like using a sledgehammer to crack a very small and fragile nut. However, there is a far more advanced and cunning method used in this cat and mouse game, known as GPS spoofing. To understand spoofing, we must first realize that drones rely heavily on weak signals from satellites orbiting thousands of kilometers away. These satellite signals tell the drone exactly where it is, how fast it is moving, and where it needs to go. Spoofing works by broadcasting a fake GPS signal that is slightly stronger than the real one coming from space. The drone, designed to trust the strongest signal, unknowingly locks onto the fake data, believing it is the absolute truth. This is where the magic happens. The electronic warfare unit can now convince the drone that it is somewhere completely different. By manipulating these coordinates, the defenders can effectively hijack the drone mid-flight without ever physically touching the device. They can create virtual barriers, tricking the drone into thinking it is entering a restricted zone, forcing it to land immediately. Or they can trick the drone into believing it is flying too high, causing it to dive straight into the ground. In the most ironic twist, advanced spoofing can trick the drone into returning home, leading defenders right to the pilot's location. Imagine the terror of the operator realizing their own kamikaze weapon has been tricked into hunting them down instead. This technology is no longer limited to massive trucks. It has been miniaturized into portable units that fit in a suitcase. Spoofing is incredibly complex because it requires perfect timing synchronization to align the fake signal with the real satellite clock. Behind the scenes, a battle of algorithms is fighting out, with engineers constantly updating code to outsmart the latest drone software. This electronic warfare is not precise. It often affects everything in the area, causing confusion for civilian navigation systems nearby. We have seen ships in the Black Sea reporting positions miles inland, a ghostly side effect of these powerful jamming signals. But the game of cat and mouse never ends. Drone manufacturers are now fighting back with artificial intelligence and machine vision. Newer drones are being taught to see the world like humans do, navigating by landmarks instead of relying on satellite signals. Inertial navigation systems allow drones to calculate their position based on speed and direction, making them immune to GPS spoofing. This means that even if the electronic shield is active, the drone can continue its mission using its own internal eyes. Some forces are even returning to old technology, using spools of fiber optic cable to physically wire the drone to the pilot. A wired drone cannot be jammed or spoofed, creating an unstoppable connection, although it limits the range and mobility significantly. The ultimate evolution is fully autonomous drones that hunt and strike without any human input once they reach the target area. In response, electronic warfare is evolving to attack the drone sensors directly, using lasers or blinding lights to confuse the AI. The sky has become a complex domain of physical machines and invisible spectrums, a deadly dance of technology and countermeasure. For the soldier on the ground, the threat is constant and evolving, requiring them to look up as much as they look forward. Personal jamming backpacks are becoming standard issue, providing a small bubble of protection for individual squads moving through dangerous territory. The cost of this electronic war is skyrocketing as nations rush to develop more powerful and sophisticated jamming and spoofing systems. Yet the drones remain cheaper to produce, maintaining the economic advantage that makes them such a persistent and difficult threat. Every downed drone is inspected and analyzed, providing data that will be used to build the next generation of unjammable machines. It is a continuous cycle of adaptation. As soon as a defense is found, the attackers find a way to bypass it. This technology is not just for the front lines. It is already protecting airports, stadiums, and government buildings from unauthorized drones. But there is a danger if this powerful spoofing technology falls into the wrong hands, threatening civilian aviation and navigation safety. As GPS interference becomes more common, pilots and captains must remember the old ways of navigating without relying on satellite guidance. The battle between the drone and the jammer is the defining conflict of our time, shaping the future of global security. We are already seeing mothership drones releasing smaller swarms, complicating the electronic landscape and challenging current defensive capabilities even further. The line between cyber warfare and physical combat is blurring, as code becomes just as lethal as explosives on the battlefield. Commanders now need to master the electromagnetic spectrum, visualizing the invisible battlefield just as clearly as the physical terrain. As machines become more autonomous to survive jamming, we face difficult ethical questions about removing human judgment from the kill chain. If a drone can decide to strike without a signal from a human, can it also be tricked into making a mistake? Laboratories around the world are working around the clock, racing to discover the next frequency that will tip the balance. The future of defense may be hidden in plain sight, with city infrastructure doubling as a protective grid against aerial threats. Quantum computing may eventually render current encryption useless, opening up entirely new ways to hijack and control enemy systems. Our world is wrapped in a fragile blanket of signals, and whoever controls these invisible threads holds the power of the future. War has changed forever. It is no longer just about who has the biggest gun, but who has the smartest algorithm. As the sun sets on traditional warfare, we are witnessing the dawn of a new era dominated by silicon and signals. From the cheap quadcopter to the advanced spoofer, every innovation forces a counter-innovation in a relentless spiral of technological advancement. Understanding these technologies is crucial, not just for soldiers, but for anyone who wants to comprehend the reality of our world. Remember that this same technology also has the power to save lives, deliver medicine, and connect us in ways never before possible. It is a double-edged sword. The same GPS that guides a missile also guides an ambulance to a patient in critical need. But in the context of conflict, the ability to spoof reality and hijack the truth remains the ultimate strategic advantage. Capturing a drone intact via spoofing provides intelligence that is often far more valuable than simply destroying it in the air. It reveals flight paths, launch points, and technical secrets, turning the enemy's weapon into a source of their own destruction. The next challenge will be swarms that communicate with each other locally, creating a resilient network that is much harder to break. Defense systems must also evolve, using AI to track and engage thousands of targets simultaneously at the speed of light. There is no finish line in this race, only a constant evolution of measures and countermeasures, pushing the boundaries of physics. As you watch this on your screen, somewhere in the world, this invisible battle is happening right now, silently and unseen. The satellites continue to orbit, indifferent to how their signals are being used, blocked, or mimicked on the planet's surface below. We have explored the rise of drones, the power of jammers, the cunning of spoofing, and the inevitable rise of AI. What do you think is the next step in this technological war? Will humans eventually be removed from the loop entirely? If you found this analysis fascinating, please hit the like button and share this video to help others decode our world. In our next episode, we might explore how this autonomy is moving from the skies to the ground with robotic soldiers. We appreciate you spending your valuable time with us today to understand the hidden mechanics driving our modern global conflicts. At World Decoder, our mission is to bring clarity to the chaos, providing you with the insights you need to know. As technology advances, staying informed is the best defense we have against the confusion and uncertainty of a rapidly changing future. This deep dive was researched and produced by our dedicated team, committed to bringing you high-quality educational content every single week. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. We read them all and love hearing your unique perspectives. Thank you for watching World Decoder. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please subscribe and join us for the next discovery.